Sam Bankman-Fried was sentenced in New York today, gets 25 years in prison. 25 years for the one-time CEO of the collapsed crypto exchange, FTX. He apologized in court, saying his decisions still haunt him every single day. Now, he was convicted SBF back in November on 7 fraud and conspiracy charges. The former federal prosecutor, Neama Rahmani, joins us now with analysis. And I'm going to give you credit right away, Neama. We saw your post on, I guess it was social media, saying he's going to get 20 to 30 years. Gets 25. So what did you know? Why did you think that? You were right.
Well, look, it's a 20-year statutory max on the wire fraud, and I knew Judge Kaplan was going to give him more. But, asking for 100 years like probation or even 40 to 50 years in a case like this, look, this was a brazen fraud, one of the biggest in American histories. But there were some mitigating factors. And if you look at a 25-year sentence, that's what murderers get in a lot of states. So I think it's a fair and just sentence, and I think Judge Kaplan did the right thing.
Yeah, the only sentence that would be, because I saw that, they would say they want like 110 years. It was like a Bernie Madoff type of deal. So let me put up on the screen one of the customer statements from FTX, one of the people who got ripped off and what they said about it. And here is how it read. My whole life has been destroyed. I have 2 young children, one born right before the collapse. Before the money, I lost my happiness, my ability to get out of bed, my desire to continue living my life. My wife is suicidal and depressed. So before I started reading things like that, I thought, the Madoff thing was obviously far worse. It really wiped out families and all the rest. But, this guy did apparently hit some people pretty hard, too. What would you say about the victims here and who got ripped off?
Well, the victims definitely have the right to address the court, and what they're saying is valid, and I'm not discounting it at all. I mean, this is someone who took billions of dollars for personal, lavish expenses, boats, private residences in the Bahamas, you name it. So, in terms of mitigation, there wasn't really a whole lot. The only chance he had, I think, is if he were to accept responsibility, express remorse to the victims. He didn't do that. No. He said he was sorry, but Judge Kaplan called him out on it. He said, are you sorry that FTX failed? Or are you sorry that you got caught? Maybe the autism and the neurodiversity, maybe that would have resonated more had he pled guilty, had he not tried to obstruct justice, tamper with witnesses, and most importantly, had he not taken the stand and lied through his teeth when he perjured himself and he didn't say anything to roll that back at sentencing. That was
That's what the judge, that what's really hit the judge. Well, I mean, I'm sure a lot of it did, but you get up and perjure yourself. The judge's not going to take kindly to that, right? And what do you know about Kaplan as a judge that led you to believe that the 5 to 7 that SBF was angling for just was not going to happen?
Well, Connell, he's a no-nonsense judge, and importantly, he's an old-school judge, and he sticks within those sentencing guidelines. Back in the day, they were mandatory, so we saw him calculate the guidelines, give him that 30-point enhancement because the fraud was more than $550 million. So judges that grew up during the era where the guidelines were mandatory, they often don't deviate from them, and Kaplan is one of those. Some of the newer judges, they tend to be a little bit more flexible.
Yeah, kind of like a throwback judge, and then if I can give you 25, I can give you 25, which is what he did. All right, Neama, thank you. Neama Rahmani had it right, posted there. We get between 20 and 30. It was 25. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.